Today we are going to be talking about the most problematic YouTuber in the past few years, with a content upload schedule close to zero, no gaming skills and even less of a personality. Tokki17 hits the mark as the unfunniest creator to date, but that's not all, so let's get right into it.
Okay, listen up everyone, I know I haven't uploaded in a long time, but I'm mad! First off, look at that! What is that? There's so many videos! You see all those videos? All of those videos are videos that were meant to be uploaded on my channel, but something went wrong with them. Either the audio, the video, or something else. And I'm so pissed off. There's more videos here than on my channel altogether. Do you understand my pain? Okay, listen up. Wait, why my store is full? Oh no. Imagine, once upon a time, there was me. And, I'm lazy. But, I also have a lot of things to do in life. Like university and work and I'm also lazy. But, sometimes I sit down and I record like 5 or 6 videos at once, which I then edit and upload to YouTube slowly. So a few days ago I recorded 2 very great videos. The issue with them is that I was muted the entire time. Then I got a really good idea given to me to dub over those videos. Of course, I've never dubbed over a video, but I thought, you know what, that's actually a good idea. I could do that because I wasted so many videos on that. And besides rant video, and that's also what this video is gonna be about. So, first game. The first game of today's episode is called A Bite at Freddys. At first I had no idea what the game was actually about and thought it was your typical copy-paste game, and I decided to play along with it. The entire concept revolved around completing orders and submitting deliveries, while trying to stay alive. The most random thing about the game that I noticed right away was the cowboy hat, but then I found out it's basically the theme of the game. The game begins with a cutscene where Freddy jailbreaks you, and you fall to your death, where you see a bunch of other Freddys.
There can't be 2 Freddys, right? Freddy! Yo. 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 Yo.
Then, we get introduced to 2 cowboys that are talking amongst themselves, and Bonnie in the corner who is having a drinking problem. Once we pick up the newspaper with today's news, we find that there's a machine maintenance job we can apply for, and as a super duper mega qualified engineer, we apply. Beach, I know. We get hired to the place, of course, and once we get there, a cowboy lets us know that he's a world-renowned chef, he'll be sending orders via conveyor belt, and now we need to complete them and make sure all's good. The catch? The animatronics use that bell as a slide, and they're coming for my soul. Of course, I can get rid of them by stopping the conveyor belt, turning the power off, or if it's Chica, shoot her. Literally. The first night is relatively easy. The only animatronics that are moving are Bonnie and Chica. From what I've noticed, both are following a random pattern, but the outcomes are always the same. Bonnie appears at the door and at the conveyor belt, and respectively, Chica either stalks you from your desk or also appears in the conveyor belt, although more rarely from what I've noticed. As I've already previously explained, there's a few ways to stop them, and while doing so, you need to wait for the deliveries and then accept them via the camera dashboard. And one of the deliveries that night goes to you. Yummy! The second night appears to be slightly more challenging. After fixing a burst light bulb, you're being introduced to your mighty ventilation system. Instead of our trustworthy fan though, we get an entire ventilation tunnel installed above us. Somehow. That is when we get introduced to Freddy and his shenanigans, but interestingly enough, I found him pretty easy to deal with. Once he enters the vent, all we have to do is run it so he doesn't pass through. Which reminds me, In this game, instead of having a predetermined energy that falls down with each hour, you get a generator instead that has a limit on how much you can use it before it kicks the bucket. After every task, it would be a smart idea to leave it to cool down. Another introduction is that instead of hours, you have a certain amount of deliveries per night. So as long as you're keeping this conveyor running, you're safe, I think. Also, why are these laughs quoting all the time? Like, all the time. They're never walking. I found that interesting. Sadly, I stopped at night too, because I already had more than half an hour of footage and thought it would be more than enough for a video. Joke's on me, I guess. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see a continuation of this game where you actually get to see in-game time commentary and not a few days later analysis, or if you would like me to make a second video just like this one. Now, on to the next one. The second game I ended up playing is called Crowded Followed. If you're interested, I'll be posting both games in the description down below so you can try them out for yourself. Now, let's get back on topic. Crowded Followed begins with us in front of a fire. We're presumably homeless, which is backed up by the fact our character talks about sleeping in the metro station and how cold it is. Then, we hear a gunshot, and as any sane human being, we go to investigate. That is when a random dying man hands us a briefcase and tells us to run. This leads us to then see something chase us. This is when I went the completely wrong way and almost died during the tutorial phase. Once we enter the metro, we are prompted to buy a ticket, which we do, but we end up finding two horrifying details. First of all, the creature followed us into the metro, and second of all, we're in France. What's even more horrifying is that our character lets us know that in order to leave the metro, we need an additional ticket. Like, what? Whose country would ever allow... Oh, right. Anyway, we leave the subway and we start checking everything for coins. We need exactly $3.20 in order to go. The worst part about this game is the fact that once you run out of lungs, you forget how to walk, so you die. I died a few times while attempting to beat this game, but the worst part is that during my last run, I not only managed to gather enough for the ticket, I even managed to buy it. Sadly, my lungs were made out of DIY in 3rd grade, so I died. And I got mad, and I closed the game. The end?